Just realized my hair is kind of crazy. But good morning, Toasty Bros, Toasty Clips. Hope everybody's having a good Monday morning. I know it's very cold out there. I know it's cold out there. I know some roads are frozen. Some people are still getting snow. So, yeah, we're doing a little from home stream today. Matt and I don't know, we may be in at some point today. It's kind of like one of those weird moments of like, it's funny because I see Tom is there right now. He got there pretty early doing trash and all that stuff, dedicated Tom. So I don't know. The roads clearly, he was able to get there. He has 4-wheel drive, but still, he was able to get there. So I have a pretty far drive, but in all honesty, it's never been me that's worried about the drive. It's mom and fiance. They're the ones worried about me driving. So yeah, I might be in. We'll see. The good news is I got Parsec, so I can do a lot of the work from home. Oh no, I'm balding. What's up, Gorax, Brewman, Do Milk, Dad, Darth Tater, Flame, Arcane? How are you all doing? All right, I'm gonna do the Discord announcement. I'm gonna get some music going here. I always forget that Discord, it's not announcements, it's streams. All right, we'll copy. Let's do one of Matt's. Okay. We are live. I'm going to say planning. Yeah, this will be fun though. So you guys will kind of see how we plan quite a few of our builds, not just for videos, but mostly actually for, I would say, PC rows. That's where most of the builds are being planned for typically, but kind of also how we will plan some Toasty Rose builds as well. Let's find some Harris Heller. Maybe, let's check out YouTube. Maybe YouTube will have a better Harris Heller track for us. What's up, MS Paula? Cat, I'm assuming you mean, oh no, it was car. I thought you were going to say, or cat. I thought you were meaning to say car, but your cat got stuck behind the stove this morning for about 3 hours before we found her. My gosh. So like, was it that, did it take you 3 hours to get to her, or was she just back there for like 3 hours? All right. Stream Beats by Harris Heller. You know what? We'll give him a sub. He's at 117k subs. He deserves it. Let's see. Playlist. Ooh, his playlists are kind of... Actually, okay, no. We have one that's 243 videos. And the first one is unavailable. Okay. Oh, okay. There it goes. We'll probably be getting like ads during these, Honey, the stove's making weird noises. Can you check it? Yeah, that's something. Am I gonna build a PC today? Does it look like it, Brewman? No. Not on this stream. I will not be building a PC. I don't have a PC to build here, and building for this camera setup would not be easy. I'll probably turn this down a little bit more. There we go. That feels perfect. Stuck there looking for her all morning. Dang. That's not fun. At least you found her. As a buyer, do you have any tips for a seller on Facebook Marketplace? So I'm assuming you just mean if I was a seller, what are some of my tips? Because newsflash, I am a seller. I sell a lot of stuff in Facebook Marketplace. I will say, PC stuff in general does not move like it once did a marketplace. Back in the day, I feel like I was slinging PCs in marketplace. They were easy to sell, but as a buyer and a seller, quite often in marketplace, because we do videos on it still, I still do it for fun on the side. Basically, PCs are just hard to sell now. Realistically, a fully working build, even with good pictures, which by the way, this is part of my advice too. Take really good photos. Don't have your PC on the freaking floor with your bare, dirty feet out in the pictures and a horrible description. Like, have the PC on display, looking good, cleaned up. Have some pics of the side panel off. Get good pics so people don't. First of all, they don't waste your time. They're not asking you dumb questions because you can say it's in the picture. Like, you can see everything. Have the full list of specs. I'm not just talking. I feel like I see so many listings where it says this PC has a super powerful Ryzen 5 with an RTX NVIDIA card, and I'm like, there we go. We just narrowed it down to about 70 CPUs and about 40 GPUs. Thank freaking God. And now I know exactly what your PC is worth. No, give me real description and the specs. Like, I want to know what it is. I want to know what version of Windows it has on it. Is Windows smooth? Is everything working on it? Maybe what type of games will it play? That's how you're going to sell stuff a lot quicker. But realistically, at the end of the day, it's Facebook Marketplace. A lot of people, if they're thinking about paying for a PC and they want to get anywhere near what the parts cost, they're going to go to Best Buy. They're going to go to Costco. They're going to go on Amazon or Newegg, like somewhere where they trust. They're not going to go to Facebook Marketplace and pay almost the same MSRP for your used gaming PC. So that's one of the biggest problems with Facebook is there's, as of now, I will say it's changing, but there's an abundance of, PCs out there for gaming and stuff like that, that there's no shortage. So why would someone go to Facebook and buy the PC that has 0 warranty over, Newegg or somewhere like that? So you just need to price your stuff accordingly and be willing to go lower. That's why Matt and I often tell people, we're like, if you're thinking about getting into flipping, you're really probably not going to make your money on markups on Facebook. You're going to make your money by getting the parts or the PC for really freaking cheap. And that's just sadly kind of how it is. All right, I'm going to Pandora, damn it. Even though Pandora kind of sucks for Harris Heller, but it works. It works. And there goes Linkin Park again. Okay. But yeah, one of the things that we're going to do, and we're going to go ahead and start once I get Harris Heller rolling. Do you think someone can make a living out of flipping or building PCs? Well, as someone who does that, no. Do I think it's possible? Yes. Do I think, I would say it is very rare. And I mean, I wish it wasn't, but it is very rare that it will ever work out for someone. Because like I said, you have to have a consistent supply of amazing deals coming in, and that just doesn't happen. We literally have a PC selling business, and we don't even have a consistent supply of amazing deals. We get an amazing deal once every so often when someone on the street brings us the part that they're like desperate to get rid of. You might be able to make a couple $100 a week. Here, I'll show you a little example. Let's do this. Let's go to Java. All right. So guys, you're going on a journey with me to jawa.dg. And we're going to do gaming PCs. Let's just see all of them. All right. This one's a scratch and dent, apparently. Curious about this. Okay. So here's what I mean. Looking at this build, in the current market, this is going to come with a slight warranty. It's just how Jawa is. What is the warranty? Is it a few days? Oh, 180. Okay. This is cool. 180-day parts and labor warranty. That's actually half a year. Okay. So this PC build, I know you guys are probably looking at it and you're like, wow, this is a horrible deal. Okay, sure. If PC Bros was to sell this PC, honestly, this is about the price. Maybe PC Bros would even be a little bit more right now. I'm just being realistic with you guys, because of having warranty and shipping and stuff like that. But as you can see, it's a pretty dumbed down build. I mean, we got the green. This is like a Lenovo or HP or Dell OEM motherboard. We obviously have a ketchup mustard power supply. So the power supply may even be like an OEM one. 500 whitey plus bronze rated. Yeah, I mean, don't even say like what it is. It's one of those things where this build I think is fairly priced. Will it sell for this on Java right now? I don't know. I mean, I would say probably not at this price. And apparently it's a scratch and dent. I don't know. Do they show scratches or dents? The case panel is warped and has some damage, with no pictures of it. The top dust filter is missing and the case back panel is warped from shipping damage. Okay, now this is also one of my advice to, oh wait. Okay, hold on. Nope, I don't think there's any pictures. I would really include, if you're going to say that there's something wrong with something, you really should include pictures of that, guys. That's, and sorry, not to dogging this price. It seems like they're a good seller, by the way. They have good ratings. They have really good info, but, you know, show some pictures of like the scratch and dent, you know. Yeah, let's see this one. 5060 Ti, 5700X, 32 gigs, 1 terabyte. So once again, realistically, if we were to sell this at PC Bros right now, it'd probably be close to this price with current pricing, because 32 gigs of RAM, you know, newsflash if you don't know. Let's just see what 32 gigs of DDR4 you can get right now. I have no clue what that is. Waymatech. Newegg, $170. eBay used, we're looking at 102. It's actually, that might be for 16. Walmart, 32 gigs for RGB. Here's a 16 gig kit. Oh, this is 16 or 32, so probably 129 for 16. You guys know how bad just the RAM is. The SSDs have doubled in price, almost more than that now. And we're looking at, is this a 1 terabyte? 1 terabyte SSD. I don't know what SSD. Oh, there it is. A Gen 4 SSD. That's about $130 alone right there, even though it's not name brand, sadly. It has Wi-Fi. I will say, it's a good looking build. They use sleeve cables and stuff, so not too bad. And I'm assuming this one comes with some type of... Does it come with a warranty? No, they don't add this one in the same spot. I don't know. I don't know if this one has one. But anyways, you know, $1,200. That would have been a lot for this build. You know, a few months ago. But right now, it's really not a bad price. And I mean, I imagine they probably didn't get this build for... I'd imagine right now, if I wanted to part this build out, it'd probably cost me like... What do you think, Chad? Maybe like 800? 850? So there's profit baked into here. I mean, this is clearly a seller who's trying to do what you guys are talking about. On Facebook, this would not sell, by the way. That's one of the reasons I'm showing you Jawa, for the one seller who was asking. Jawa is the one place in like eBay, some online places where you might be able to get away with selling stuff. Like, this is a for-profit build. I can tell you that guaranteed. You might be able to make some profit on these websites. But on Facebook, man, Facebook, this build, you'd be lucky, I would say right now, to get someone to pay more than about $700 for it. That's about what I'd say is the most someone would pay for it. Even though the 5060 Ti, that's a bonus point right there. Because I mean, I'm assuming it's an 8 gig, right? Yeah, 8 gig. That still is about a, you know, what, a $400 graphics card right now? Can you still buy that card? I'm assuming you can, because it's just an 8 gig. $379, yeah. Oh, here's one for $350. So yeah, it's, you know, that's about half the cost right there. So then someone's looking at it like, okay, I'm getting this really good card, and then the rest of the build, you know, that'll go with it. So that's kind of how people look at it. If you bought the deal on deals at the moment, $459 for SSD, $1074 in parts, you have to sell for $1250 to make any money. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, go check out any of the deals, by the way, chat on. I'll show you guys those real quick. So this is our Toasty Res Discord server. You can go to here, Toasty Deals. Check it out. We got deals on deals. So PC hardware, even stuff outside of the PC space is pretty cool. But oh yeah, this I actually bought. Not this one, but Newegg has been kind of going. Actually, no, is this Newegg? Oh, it's gone. Dang it, Snark, it's gone. But yeah, if you go to Newegg though, close out of that. Just close. Shit, I closed the wrong link, chat. Can I like reopen? Okay, well, that's embarrassing, chat. We're ending the stream. I'm just kidding. Let me pull one of these over here. Let me pull my chat back up. Why will my B650 motherboard work fine with any 2 of 4 RAM, but not with all 4? So that's a huge thing with DDR5. All DDR5 is they really don't sell 4 gig kits or 4 stick kits of DDR5, and it's for a reason. Most motherboards are not stable with 4 sticks. I will say we've done 4 sticks quite a few times when we don't XMP it, but as soon as you do any type of RAM overclocking, do not expect it to run. Like, you're lucky it's even running without the overclock, okay? All right, let's see real quick. Are they still doing, okay, free gift with AMD, free AO with Intel. I do always recommend checking Newegg when you're building a PC. This is cool. $15 off with promo code. I'm assuming that's all you get. But that is a good price. Oh, they're still doing bundles. Yeah, I see. Okay, so is this a good price? Because there's a multiple of these bundles. Usually you're not saving a ton, but sometimes you're actually saving a lot. So this one, you get the 9600X. You get a B850 full size, which is cool with Wi-Fi. It's actually a pretty nice board. It's got VRM coverage. It's like a pretty nice ROG Strix board. And is that 16 gigs of RAM? Almost has to be 16 gigs, but Newegg. Wow, you guys really outdid yourselves. We have all the information here, but how much RAM is in it? All right, chat. I need to know. Am I the stupid one here? Like, where does it tell me the RAM, bro? I mean, it's almost guaranteed 16 gigs, but like, seriously, if I was just a normal person who like doesn't do this for a living, am I just supposed to like? It's in the middle at the bottom. Where is it? This? Oh, is this it right here? Oh, okay. Thank you, Snark. I am being a little stupid. I will say it'd be nice though if like I just love how I'm clicking through this and I'm like desktop memory and I'm like, Okay, so 16 gigs and that is I think that's a little high for 16 gigs right now. I say it's really high for 16 gigs, but right now that's not crazy. So in a way, if you are getting $189 off of this price, I mean, you are saving. I think 189 is a little steep, a little generous, but that's how they make it look good. I would say realistically, with the board being as nice as it is, that CPU, the cheapest you're normally going to get at 9600X is like 185. So let's split the calci here. I'm just gonna do like what normally this stuff would cost. So let's just say 185 plus, and then I'm gonna come back to that actually because I want to see. Let's just see if there are any cheaper kits here. Also, I need my music back. It's got too quiet, too awkward. These are 32 gigs, right? Okay, yeah. I was like, oh, this is bad. It's okay. Okay, chat. AMD even made an announcement about this. Do not worry that much about CAS latencies or honestly even like speeds. Like just speeds, timings. Don't worry that much about it. Worry about just getting the RAM. They've shown that CAS latency and frequency in most games, you are seeing like a 1 to 2% performance difference, whether that's increase or decrease. So people, we're in an era where we could not be worrying about the stupid stuff like CAS latency and frequency. Speed, don't worry about that. We get 229. It's a little bit better. 209. Non-RGB. It's not RGB though. Keep that in mind. The RGB they're charging a lot for right now. $199. There we go. All right, so let's just pretend. Oh, with $10 off. Oh wait, nope. We'll just go with this one. All right. So plus one. I should just put 200. 999. So we're already at $384, and then we still need a motherboard. So basically, I like to do this, by the way, chat, because although this is nicer stuff, I'm just curious, like how well could I, how well could I do if I was to get the cheaper parts of everything? We can't go cheaper in the CPU because the CPU is the CPU. Like, good morning, Emily. We're not going to be able to get a 9600X for any cheaper, so that's realistic. Full size, 175. That's not full size. Yeah, 179. I mean, 149. Okay. Another 149. That's micro. Okay, I feel like 149s are pretty fair. Let's just say 150. It's plus 150. All right, $534 if we were to go with cheaper versions of this combo. So, by the way, this is something I really do recommend. You can just put the numbers in the way you want anyway and send it. Must make you put the numbers. I don't know what you mean by that. This is just something I like to do. Like I said, I'm not saying you have to do this. I just, sometimes if I want to know if I feel like I'm really getting a good deal, because in all honesty, a lot of the PCs that we're building, oh, does it come with an IO too? It's not in this one. This combo includes 3 items. Anyways, this specific, oh wait. Oh, free gift offer with the combo. Dude, why is this so like hidden? Wow, what the heck? That's okay. This is what I'm saying. So let's just, and by the way, I would never pay $85 for a 240 mil AIO from MSI. But let's just say I'm buying like a Montech ARGB ID cooling, right? I'd still spend 50 bucks. All right. That's $584. So in all honesty, yeah, you are saving over $100 if you were to even go the cheaper route of this build. But I think with getting the RGB RAM, it's white. You're paying the, as we call it, the white tax. That was the joke at the Micro Center that employee said. That was pretty funny. It is a black liquid cooler, so realistically, you're going to be making a Panda build, which is totally cool. A lot of people like this. What about Intel? Well, Intel's tough because they don't really do a ton of deals. I know that they had free AIO. It's probably gonna be one of those MSI ones or something. Let's see. Okay. 12700 KF or 268. That kind of catches my eye. The 245 KF, not too bad. $15 off. I mean, hey, that makes it basically 9600X pricing, and you are getting a 14 core, 14 thread, I believe. That's actually solid. I do need to play in the giveaway PC chat, so this that's not bad. And oh, it's okay, combo. At first I was like, does it come with all this? So I guess this one doesn't come with the free liquid cooler. Once again, chat, I'm not awake and I'm not good at scanning and finding these things. I think this is just the CPU, right? But then they are giving us $15 off. 8 efficiency cores is so weird though. Yeah. Oh, so this one is one of the ones where it's not a. Is that? I thought most of it. Is this not a 14 core, 14 thread then? Is it like still weird where it's like, 8 performance and it's not hyper threaded? That's what I thought, right? I'm gonna leave this one up actually. Let's see what Intel says. 14 core, yeah, 14 core, 14 thread. Honestly, I'm gonna be real, chat. With the new Intel stuff, like, so I memorized like 12700 KF, I think is the 12 core 20 thread. The 14400F is the 14 core 20 thread. I remember those things because that's actually like important because that's the cores and the threads. With all the new Intel stuff, they literally give you it's the same cores and threads. So I have not felt the need to memorize how many performance and efficient cores there are. TBH. Ooh, Snark sending another deal. Let's see this. 3-in-1 combo deals, like the OG days. I did not. I don't know if I knew the CPU existed, chat. I'm not gonna lie to you all. 7500X 3D. When did that come out? I mean, I know the 7600X 3D. That's the one that we did a video on, and we drove to Micro Center for it. But anyways, let's dissect this deal. So we know the 7500X 3D. I'm assuming there's no weird limitations with it, right? Like it's probably like a dumbed down 7600X question mark X3D. 7500X 3D is 16% faster if this is correct than the 7600X. Cool. So I'm assuming it probably comes close to like a 9600X then. I feel like that's probably safe to say. I mean, we always like the 7500F, so yeah. Okay. You also get a B850M with it. That's a cheap motherboard, but that's okay. Once again, we often will go with cheaper boards. Has a lot of PCIe slots on it for what reason? And then you get a single stick. It sucks a little bit, but oh man, look at the difference here when you go to here. Go back to the good deal. Yeah, usually it should be this price here if you're to go do it. Oh my god. Oh, is this right? Okay, this is good. I would, chat, if you go and do this, please. You can go from a single stick of 16 gigs to dual channel DDR5 for $50 more. In this economy, that's insane because look at this. Going from 32 RGB to 64 RGB Corsair Vengeance is $400 more. So this is not a bad price, I don't think. Because I'd value that CPU at like, I don't know what it's worth, by the way. I'm just gonna give it a value. I would pay about what a 9600X costs for it, I guess, like maybe 185. The motherboard would probably be another, we'll just say 120. So that's that's basically over $300 right there. A little over $300, and then you can count the RAM as basically being free. If you do the 32 gigs for $50 more, it's still borderline free, and you're getting 32 gigs of DDR5 in this economy. Intel 1440 for giveaway PC. Okay, so let me... You know what? All right, we'll start to plan the giveaway PC right now. I'll let you guys help me with it, because that is something I'm going to do that today was the plan. But one of the problems is I don't fully remember what all I already have picked out for it, because the thing is I have some parts already. So let me pull over. I'm gonna show you guys how we do this. Okay, so firstly we need to change this date. So basically this is what a build sheet looks like for anyone who's ever gotten a quote from PC Bros. We use the same build sheets. This is one of the things I love about PC Bros is we're like very transparent. We show you guys. So if I put in like, let's just say Intel i5 12600 like KF, and we're gonna get it for like 160. There it is. That's like the cost, and we break that down for each individual part. You know, funny enough, we did have someone we had to explain the other day about parts markup. You guys ever worked in a field where there's parts markup? Find me a field where there's not parts markup. But yeah, Joan and I had explained that to a kind customer when they were like, I can get these parts cheaper on Amazon. It was like, cool. I'm like, you're paying for our warranty and all that stuff. We're going to add, you know, 5 or 10% to each of the parts. That's just how it works, brother. So welcome to the world. Go to a mechanic shop or a hospital or any repair shop for any type of repair for technology. Basically, the long story short is a shop that does labor and parts. Find me one where they're not adding parts markup. Like, find me one, actually. And I will prove you wrong right away. I promise you that. I'm gonna fucking do it. Do it, chat. Alright, anyways. Okay, so the parts that I already have, one of them is 32 gigs. I have DDR5, Corsair, Dominator. Is that 2 M's? Nope. Dominator. Feels right. Dominator, not platinum, titanium. And that is 2 by 16 gigabytes. I think it's 6,000. I feel like it's faster. I don't know. I feel like it might be. I'm just gonna put 6400 megahertz for now, and of course it's RGB IQ. I don't even want to know what this stuff's worth right now, but let's look it up, chat. Oh gosh. All right, here we go. It might be. I don't remember. We gave Zach one kit for his PC at the office. Oh my god, that's straight from Corsair's website. If you guys didn't know, Corsair Dominator Titanium is like quote unquote top of the line, so they charge a lot for it. Oh man, yeah, okay, it literally comes in every speed. Oof. Jesus Christ, goes up to 76. Let's see how much this costs. Oh, I like didn't even add that much. 96 kid. No, I want the fastest they have. The fastest, most expensive. I guess that's it. $1,616. Wow. That is crazy. I still think it's the ugliest Corsair RAM in a long time. Really? You know, it is kind of rectangular. There's not a whole lot of dimension to it. The top's kind of clean, though. I like the top of it. Especially with 4 sticks, but you can't really do that. Okay. Anyways, yeah, that is... Whew. I'll just put, like... I forget, because we're making a video on this, but honestly, we may not focus on we can't really focus on the price in this video. So let's just see what the actual value comes out to be. I'll put the RAM a little lower. And then I know we have a Lian Li 750 watt. See, I'm really going off mental picture here right now. 750 watt. I don't know. I know that it's not a super fancy. Maybe it is an SP. No, maybe it's the RB. Because I know it's on an edge. It's either the SP or this one, the RB. So let's see. That feels like, I feel like it's 80 plus bronze, so that might be it. So power supply is a little bit more on the budget side, but let's see. Does it have ATX 3.1 and all that? Yes, ATX 5.1 compliant, 3.1. Okay, so still, at the end of the day, it's Lian Li. It should be fairly high in the tier list, hopefully. Because that's what's going in there. 80 plus bronze, ATX 3.1. Yeah, the 48 gig titanium kit looks very clean. In person looks good. Straight on in a build, yeah, no, for sure. That's a good brag, Sankor. Oh, you nosy, by the way. I'm planning on parts that I already have. So you're totally right. Thermaltake 850, and there's probably other pathways to be better or cheaper. But like I said, I'm planning with parts that we have at the moment. Like I said, this one will be a video too. We'll definitely be heavily pushing the 48-hour streaming it. I have a 7800X 3D. Let's say $67. I think that's how much it was. Nope, 70. Okay, there are some SSDs on top. The only issue is I put 3 on top of it and I don't know which ones work. So honestly, I'm just gonna have to put to be determined. Oh my god, I'm coding. We'll put check which ones work. Because basically we have like a bin we have a few bins at Toaster's office where we'll keep like spare parts that are for like, you know, videos, builds. There was like 2 or 3 SSDs I found in there that I have no clue if any of them are good. I hope they are. I know we don't have a motherboard yet. We don't have a CPU. We don't have a GPU. We have a case. I'm really trying to remember what case that is. Let me message Matt real quick. I feel like he of all people should or would know. All right, so I'm going to ask him, do you happen what case is under the giveaway PC build parts? So I'm working on playing the build chat, you know, get some chat brownie points. Is 6-core CPU enough for gaming? It depends on which one, newbie. If you're looking at one of the newer, like let's say 6-core 12 threads, like a 12400F, yes. 5600X, 5500, yes. You have to have expectations that are reasonable. So I would say if you're, or even like the 9600X, I mean, yeah, there's a lot, 7500F. It just depends on how new the CPU is and how strong it is. If you have a really strong, like let's say a 9600X would be like best case scenario. You can pair that all the way up with like, realistically, if you're doing 1440p gaming, you're gonna have some bottleneck. You could put that with a 5080 or a 9070 XT. We've done both, I think, or at least we've done the 9070 XT. It works. It is great at 1440p. You're leaving a little bit of performance on the table, not having like an X3D, like a 9800 X3D, but you're also spending like $300 less. So that's kind of to be expected, I hope. As good as DDR5 is at the moment, just go for DDR4. Oh, for if you're gaming, there's not a big advantage of going DDR5 over DDR4. As long as you have the same capacity, like if you have a 32 gig dual channel kit versus DDR4, DDR5, either one is going to perform within probably like 10% of each other. Look at the clock speeds and boost. It's not all about the core. 6 cores should be pretty good. For example, AMD is dominating Intel with only 8 core 16 thread processor compared to Intel's 16 core 24 thread CPUs. Yeah, I would say for the most part. I mean, once again, it's not apples to apples. Like comparing a 5800X 8 core 16 thread to like, you know, one of Intel's new Ultra CPUs. The Ultra CPU will win. Matt actually just did a video, by the way, where we versed. I think it's live, maybe not live. I don't remember. But we versed a Ryzen 7 5800 XT. So the best that it gets until you get to the 5800X 3D. Realistically, I would say it's the best bang for buck AM4 CPU that you can buy if you're trying to get the best one that they have. We versed against a 12600KF. It's a 6-core 12 thread. The 12's right, or no? Is that the? That would be the 1016. That is the 1016, isn't it, chat? Anyways, 12600KF though, which you would think would be worse than the Ryzen 7, actually in a lot of stuff outperformed the 5800 XT, and it has a better upgrade path technically. So Just say, I know that everyone always thinks, oh, Intel, they're not good. Like they really fell off. It's like they really didn't. It's just you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like it's people that have made Intel seem like they've fallen off, even though they're really still just pretty good if you can find the right price on stuff. Yeah, sucks that we already have the RAM because they actually have they had this deal here. So with this one, why does the music feel like it's louder? So with this one right here, it's $650 and you get the 264KF, a Z890, which, you know, it's Intel high-end board, 32 gigs of G.Skill, and this is 32 gigs G.Skill, and is it DDR5? Probably is, right? Yeah, DDR5, and you get the liquid cooler, whatever the hell the Intel holiday bundle is. Oh, Battlefield 6. Hey, if you don't have it, I mean, this would be a pretty decent deal, I think. I mean, because let's do the thing again. I can tell you just by looking, this RAM is like just a little bit high, but that's not crazy. The CPU, obviously, they're not giving us that $15 off. Motherboard, $239. I mean, I'm just gonna do more quick math here. We'll just say the most you pay for the CPU, or the least you pay, $185. I feel like you might be able to find 32 gigs DDR5 like slightly cheaper. We just looked a minute ago and it was pretty horrible. Oh, look at that. 16 gigs. Never mind. I love when you search something that's very specific. 32 gigs. 16. 64. Jesus Christ. Come on, dude. I hate that. That's expensive. 400 and even with the coupon for like $20. 425. Yeah, okay. There's 393. 350. Okay. I think that's about the cheapest I'm gonna see is 350. And it's actually for RGB, which is kind of cool. So anyways, yeah, we'll just say 350. You live right now on YouTube. Aren't you in YouTube chat? Like talking? Yeah. Yeah, you see, yeah, we're not. Sorry. Pre-recorded. Okay, 530, and then oh, wrong bundle. So that was CPU, and then motherboard. I mean, I don't really know if we can get a Z890 for much. I know that they go a little bit cheaper. Something like, okay, 169, and that is full size. I'm just gonna say that's about the cheapest you're gonna get. It was the cheapest I would go. So let's just say 170. So we're already at $705, and we still don't have that liquid cooler. Once again, I would not buy the liquid cooler at that. I'd call it like $50. $755, so you're saving $100 plus Battlefield 6. And I think Battlefield 6 still costs money, right? Like it's not gone free. Anyone else try Steam's official OS yet? Is there a newer version of it? I'll be honest, Z24. Man, I was just talking about this the other day. If you have a pre-built, it is really not worth doing all that. Because you're not really going to get much more performance out of going from, you know, a OEM motherboard and an OEM power supply like name brand. If anything, I mean, if you're really wanting more performance, I would be wanting to have, you know, maybe a better GPU or better CPU in there. Should you buy a pre-built or build your own right now? Dude, I mean, Matt and I, you have to be really smart and know how to hunt for deals if you're going to build your own. And in all honesty, you may end up building it and it not working. You're not going to have the same type of warranty as if you buy a pre-built. So I'll be real. If you're trying to figure out what you want to, this is so stupid. Frozer AI cooling detect CPU and GPU temperature automatically. It's not even, that's not even like artificial intelligence. That is literally just a fan curve. God, I hate AI, dude. Oh my God, I hate it. Everything's AI. Everything has to be AI. PWM, yeah, PWM is not fucking AI, dude. Jesus Christ. MSI. I mean, look at this shit. Ready for AI PC. The hell does that even mean? What does that even mean? This is the same shit I could buy 4 years ago that had nothing to do with AI. How is this suddenly ready for AI? Okay. My God, dude. I don't even think we need AI banned. I think people just need to get their head out of their ass and to start telling these companies we don't care about AI like you guys think we do. I mean, like, I've been telling people, I think AI has its uses. I don't think it's going to go away. I don't think it needs to go away. I think that people need to stop. First of all, I think the term is getting way taken out of hand. Like, artificial intelligence should not replace shit that's already been around for like 10 years. There's nothing artificial intelligent about that, okay? Jackson, how is TechSource finding crazy deals in Facebook Marketplace? Don't you find deals like him too? Not really. I mean, if you want, we can... Oh, jeez. I'm gonna go on a rabbit hole here. Nope, hold on. I think Matt might have... Oh, okay, we don't know what the case is. That's fine. Anyways, what the heck? What are some of these Facebook Marketplace things, dude? Let's just do gaming PC. All right, are you guys ready to see the Armageddon that is Facebook Marketplace? All right, so this is my local marketplace within 35 miles of Louisville, Kentucky. So it's gonna hit parts of Indiana. It's gonna hit quite a few things. Your family from Russia because my friend's face is similar to you. I do not know of having any Russian descent. I think most of my family would technically, if you want to get technical, just from like DNA test, I think would be like Anglo-Saxon or whatever it is. So like basically European. Listen, AliExpress can be tough. All right. First of all, this is why I hate Facebook Marketplace the most, is people's stupid ass titles. Gaming PC. Gaming PC. Custom. No shit, it's custom built. Gaming computer. New. Doesn't freaking look new. High-end gaming PC. Gaming PC. Oh, someone put the CPU and the GPU in the title. You can do that? Oh my God, another one. 8700 F4060. I can actually see the specs before I click on it, but all of these I have to click on. Is this a marketing tactic? All right. It's a long time to load. 5800X 2060 XC. So that's an EVGA XC card. It's not anything special. It's a 2060. 16 gigs of DR4. 500 gig M.2, 500 gig 2.5 inch SSD. I will not take any less than 680. Do not waste my time. I'll give you $600 for it. I liked this cooler. It's a really cheap, kind of janky cooler, but it looks cool. We used it a few times. I'm curious. This might have been built as a flip. Maybe not though. I don't know. Honestly, I can't tell how well it's built. I mean, there's some cables running places there shouldn't be. These fans are technically backwards, unless they're, which I don't think they are. I'm pretty sure they're just backwards. So the fans are kind of fighting themselves right now. I would say for someone right now, like $600 would not be a bad price. In all honesty, I don't know if I would try to talk down a little bit, like 650. That's not actually terrible. Surprisingly, the first build I clicked actually wasn't terrible. I'm just curious. Let's just see what this one is. Oh wow. Okay, wonderful. Oh, it's a video. Okay. I mean, you know what? Listen. This is the exact pics I was telling you guys I cannot stand. Slide the PC out and take some good photos. Anyways, this one has a 1030 in it. but it does have a Ryzen 5. What Ryzen 5 does it have? I don't know. Maybe it shows in the video. I love that. It has a Ryzen 5 chip. Remember I was just complaining about that? This is an OEM board that was transferred into a case, and everything is weirdly backwards on it. Like, yeah, the motherboard's sideways, literally. $330, I don't know. That depends on what Ryzen 5 it has in it. The 1030, obviously, almost not worth anything. Let's see this. White custom PC. And when you're like, I'm gonna be on one of my own listings and start roasting, like, oh wait, that's mine. 1700X, very old. 1060. 16 gigs DDR4. I mean, this one's not great. Not horrible right now, honestly. See, that's the thing, is a lot of these builds, because of when they were built and what they were built for, that's what sucks, is if we were on Facebook Marketplace and I was seeing even the first two builds I've shown you all 2 months ago, I would say, oh, these are horrible prices. Like, they're not good. These people are, they're high out of their mind. Right now, though, a lot of these builds that they would have broken even or lost money on, they can sell for more right now, and that's not going to last very long. So right now, a lot of these are actually going to be priced in a way that you can say, oh, actually not too bad. Look at this person's photos. I will say some of them aren't the best, but they show everything. Props. Good job. We even have a video. Video shows everything well. Look at that. They go through and they show us more specs. This is it should be a pre-built, right? Yeah, CyberPower. It's a CyberPower pre-built. I will say $820 for this right now, and it's DDR5 RAM. It is single channel. I'm trying to think. Because you can buy, well, yeah, technically for $820, I mean, because you can just literally do this. If we're going CyberPower, I mean, you can go, is it Costco? It's a good example of why it's good to do a little bit of market research. Oh, typed in that wrong. Gaming PC. AI slop videos like Marvel movie AI slops trailers. Yes. Why is my internet being so slow? Shit, are we about to lose it? Is it all about to go downhill? Ooh, Logical Mongoose for 30 days in a row. Hell yeah. Oh, you might lose your streak at Disney World? I'd say it's worth it, honestly. Okay, well, Costco. Good job, guys. Your all's website is not cutting it right now. Let's try Sam's Club, I guess. Here we go. Okay, so Sam's Club. That's weird. Let's do... Oh my god, dude. I cannot... I feel like I'm irritable this morning, chat. Price. Is I don't know, in store just not a thing? Or are all these in store? Is that how it works? Maybe that's where I'm being dumb. Okay, you have to click on the listing. Right, you have to click on it. You can't just... That makes perfect sense. Okay. Here's what I was looking for. It looks like pickup is not available now. I don't know if that means it's not in the store. I was trying to look at Costco, but anyways, the long story short is, like, Matt and I just did a video on this. This build's technically worse for the price, but 8400F, 16 gigs of DDR5, 9060 XT. This is basically like the counter to that build, except this one's older because it has a 4060 in it. 9060 XT 8 gigs a good amount better. So, you know, this build for $180 more, and you're getting a warranty with it. I mean, I would go with that, and it's brand new, right? It's not been used. The Costco build, if Costco ever loaded for me, which maybe I can do this. Let's just try Costco RTX 5060 gaming PC. Oh, look, Walmart has one too for literally $80 more than his build. It's not an 8700F. I mean, I'll give it that. 14400F with a 5060 for 1099. But yeah, what I was trying to get at, which actually is funny because maybe now some of these are hard to get. Can I click this and it will load? Oh, it loaded. Okay, this is not the build. But anyways, there was one that you could get for $899. It came with 32 gigs of RAM, 2 terabyte SSD. I think a 5060 and a, was that one also a Ryzen 5 or a Ultra 5? But yeah, that was a pretty good, really good price performance build for $899, and that like absolutely craps on the marketplace build we're looking at. So, the smart people would use AI to code if wanted. The smart people. Why pre-build? Pre-build PC just because at the moment, I mean, someone in chat asked, we're wondering why are we looking at pre-builds. You can still get a PC built yourself for a pretty good deal, but in all honesty, right now there are pre-builds that you definitely cannot build, like that Costco one I just told you about. You cannot get anywhere near that type of build. I don't know if that video, I think is that live yet? Yes. Okay, so I don't know if we talked a ton about it. All right, we're going to Costco
right now for $100.
So we were able to get this build. We paid this price for it, but they literally had it in store a few days later for I think a whole week straight for $899. Intel Core Ultra 5. I guess it was probably the 245 or 225. I don't really care. Regardless, it's a good CPU. 32 gigs dual channel DDR5, a 1 terabyte Gen 4. It comes to Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. RTX 5060 8 gig, $899, and it came with a cheap keyboard and mouse. You're not gonna get the 5060s alone are already back up to $300. That is almost half of it's about a third of the total cost. Trying to get the 32 gigs of RAM, if you looked at 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM lately, that RAM alone is going to cost you a minimum of $300. So we're now at $600 for your GPU and your RAM. You still need 6 more parts in order to match this build, 5 or 6, because it also has a tower cooler, not a stock cooler. So yeah, realistically for you to build this PC right now, it'd probably be a little bit over this cost here. And you're spending the time and labor to build it yourself, and you're having to warranty each individual part if you have any problems. With this build, if you have any problems, the whole build gets warranted, or however they want to handle that. But it's built, and you know it should work out of the box. So that's all I'm saying is it's listen, I love building PCs, but I'm always gonna be realistic with everyone of like, hey, what's the better deal right now? And honestly, at the moment, I would say for the most part, pre-builds are your better deal. I don't think that'll last much longer. I think pretty soon pre-builds are going to get like just as expensive. But I think the thing is, I think a lot of the pre-build companies, I think a lot of them either took out large loans or they just had a lot of money lying around. So they bought big inventory when they saw these shortages coming. Whenever they heard RAM pricing and SSDs were going up as much as they were, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these companies signed contracts to keep the price the same or slightly higher if they pledged to buy like, 10,000 sticks of DDR5, right? Something like that, where they're able to keep selling these at profitable pricing, even slightly higher now because that's what the market is at, and the demand will still be there. So yeah, I mean, they're pre-build companies, I think for a while are still going to be looking pretty good. People buying PS5s, yeah. Every day someone new gets into gaming. And when I say someone, I mean probably thousands of people. I don't know what the real number is, but yeah, people get into gaming and content creation every single day. That is true. People are getting creative with builds again. We are seeing more like ITX and laptop Frankenstein, like Snark saying. I've already been seeing some. We have a plan to do one soon. This one's more just for fun because we found a PC that we've had for a while where like the front panel's all burnt. Like literally it was in a fire, but the PC seems to work fine. So we figured, hey, that'd be fun to do like the whole Frankenstein mod where we have a GPU vertically mounted off to the side. So we're going to try that. Try our hand at it, see how it goes. I love that PC. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I bought a new front panel for it too, so then it can actually be like resellable to an extent, you know. I'll be honest, Emil, PS6, it could, but also with RAM pricing and SSD pricing and all that stuff, a lot of releases are getting pushed back beyond 2027. Yogurt. So this is Greek yogurt, just Kroger brand. Greek yogurt, yeah, tricks with granola in it. So I usually will do like I have some peanut butter protein one, which honestly is not the best with vanilla. And then what's really good is like either the straight chocolatey granolas with vanilla, because that's just a dream combo. Like kind of a little bit salty, you know. Or I'll usually mix in a berry one, like a what do you call it? A blueberry granola as well. And then I bought some really nice local honey. It's actually like, it shows you where it comes from in Kentucky, which is pretty cool. It's like not too far from here. It's a little more expensive. I think it was like $15 for like a little glass jar of it, but it's supposed to be good for you. It's supposed to help with allergies and stuff, you know? That'd be crazy this whole time it was royal honey. Oh my gosh. I found my own listing on Facebook, but it's not for a PC. It's for a desk. I do like that my searchability is that good though. Pretty good. Local honey is the non-landed royal honey. Yeah, it hasn't been infused yet. Oh guys, yeah, sorry, we haven't really planned much. I mean, I don't really need to leave like right here. Let me make sure I've gotten some text. I want to make sure it's nothing important. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Okay, I think we got, yeah, about 5 to 6 inches, I guess. Is there real honey in royal honey? I'm pretty sure, Grim, isn't it? I don't feel like it's just 100% like synthetic stuff. I thought royal honey was literally like stuff mixed in with honey. I did not do word of the day. I guess I could do that for you. I never know how to spell this dictionary, dude. Okay, dude, look at when you're on Merriam. Unk. We got unk right here. It looks like word of the day is oaf, right? You oaf? January 26th, word of the day?
Oaf.
Oaf. And I think oaf, isn't that like a kind of derogatory? Yeah. Big, clumsy, and slow-witted. So whenever someone's like, you oaf, you know what I mean? I feel like it's like a British or, oh yeah, it says wait, England. I don't know if that has anything to do with oaf. Oh, okay. So it's almost like a elf or goblin's child. So instead of like elf, you elf, it's you oaf. That's funny. Unintelligentness or graceless. Interesting. So word of the day right there. That's the YouTube stream chat. I'm just kidding. You oafs. Dude, why does this not go to the next? Maybe that's the key that I'm looking for. Okay. So anyways, I'm gonna go back. I texted Matt and he did not remember what case it was either, which is totally fine. Honestly, because everything's not confirmed anyway, so I need to figure that stuff out. But I feel like Matt says likely a Lian Li case. Like a Lian Li is probably a mid tower. ATX case. We'll just put it at $90 for now. I have no clue. I know it's not like an 011 dynamic. I don't think. Now the CPU, what got me started on this was, I wish we could just take the RAM from this combo actually to make it a little more worth it, you know? Because then I could use this AIO. Yeah, I might do that. Let's you know what? I'm gonna make this so it's not as annoying. Oh. There we go, chat. It's a little better, right? What PCs should I get for $1,000? It depends. Are you in the US? What state are you in? What's your social security? I'm just gonna put that in chat. All right. Not Intel Ultra it's Intel Ultra. 245 KF. And this one's a 14 core 14 thread, which is kind of cool instead of the 10 core 10 thread. I feel like 1414 feels a little better. Because then, whether you want to look at it like this way or not, I just feel like compared to like a 5800 XT 8 core 16 thread, the 14 core 14 thread sounds a little bit more, a little more close. Okay, so that ends up being about $185. We'll just put new egg bundle. For GPU, we'll skip that. We have an MSI Pro Z890. Also $15. I'm just gonna put that because I don't know if we're gonna even shout out the combo. I don't know, it's gonna be weird because so my plan is to basically take the RAM out of this combo and probably use that at PC Bros, because PC Bros basically buy this as a part of the giveaway. This is a Dash P board, DDR5 of course with Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna put also new egg bundle. I'm trying to think what the price would technically be. It's tough since it's part of the bundle. I guess technically, I guess I could just call it like $200, maybe even a little less. Is that MSI? Because yeah, what I'm thinking is for this. Oh, you live in Kentucky. Hey, you can come to PC Bros if you want. We're not gonna have the best pricing. Otherwise, if you're wanting like the best pricing, maybe not the best build. Best Buy, Costco, Walmart, Sam's Club, they all have like pretty decent. I would honestly, most of their stuff's like online with each other, or not online, on par with each other. When you're at like the $1,000 price point, they all have a build for that. You're gonna be looking at like an 8400F or a Ultra 225F with like a 5060 or 9060 XT. At PC Bros, you're gonna be looking at something similar. Honestly, like I would say similar, worse probably. Like for example, we probably have. Let's just see here. Yeah, like I said, sadly we were not a part of the people who had massive loan money to buy like tons of inventory to have like really good pricing. Actually, you could buy one of those builds from us if you wanted to. Like here's the 8400F with the 9060 XT for $950. This is actually the iBuyPower one. I think the Costco one is already sold because I do not see it anymore. But yeah, like I said, we don't have the greatest pricing. Some of our we have some trade-ins that'll be like pretty well priced sometimes. That's actually a new staple. This one's okay. It's a pre-built. I don't think, yeah, we don't really have anything on like the super low end. But yep, there's that. If you have any interest. Okay, MSI. This is a Mag Liquid A13. I will say we've had, sometimes these things suck, but we've also had them work great too, so. I'm gonna value that at $50. I'll also put new egg bundle. And then we're gonna Battlefield 6, not GF6, Battlefield 6 free. I'm gonna add the smiley face so it's like more fun. What else do you get in this bundle? Oh, you get to pick 1 in 4 games. So Battlefield 6, Dying Light, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Civ, what is that, 8 or 9? That's actually really cool. They let you pick. Shout out for that. I think that's really smart because I know a lot of people probably already have Battlefield. And they've also given out other free codes for Battlefield, so yeah. Ooh, the promo ends really soon though. Oh, Redemption ends March 15th. Okay. I was about to say, I was like, the promo ends really soon. Oh, you can get Vegas Pro with it for bonus content. That's pretty cool. Ooh, Marvel Rivals in-game content. The other two, I don't really know anything about, but hey, the Vegas Pro and the Marvel Rivals is pretty legit. I don't like Intel Pick-A-Game. They scam you, do they? I feel like I've done it before and not had any problems. I know you do have to have all the hardware. You have to have the right hardware and everything. So, you know, for $650, you can get a 14700, 32 gigs Crucial Pro. Is the 790 plus tough gaming Wi-Fi 5? Is that also on Newegg? I'm trying to think if that'd be. Oh, Micro Center. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be. We'd have to drive and get that technically. Actually, I'm curious how much this board actually cost. I think at this point, I think actually it'd be smart if we did not even mention. That's actually the board, isn't it? So actually, it's 190. Because realistically, it's like buying it. If we're not going to use the RAM, technically buying each part separately is pretty good. It's just I'd rather have the RAM with it to save the money on the RAM, you know? Okay. And then we get the free Battlefield 6 or other games. Put Intel, pick one. So then I'll explain that. Any 13th gen i5 bundles? Probably not. They normally don't do the cheap stuff. Yeah, it only goes down to the 12700K or 14700K. Oh, 12700KF. Does this one come with anything else? No, it looks like this one just gives you $5 promo, which I don't think that's a bad price though for the 12700KF. But in all honesty, so this is a 12-core 20-thread versus the 1414. I would think that the Ultra CPU probably performs similar in games to this. I don't quote me on that. I'm just guessing because of the generational gap. We are talking what, 3 generations newer? 3 or 4? Oh shit. I made a build. Can you check it? Paste big code. Oh, sounds like a lot of work, dude. What is that even on? I don't even know what that code's for. Is that PC Part Picker? Is 1800 a good price for a pre-built with the 9600X, 16 gigs DDR5, 9070 XT? That doesn't sound good in all honesty. But I don't know what country you're in or where this build is at. You can send it in Discord if you want. USA Soda, a local shop. Okay, so the way I'll put it is I don't want to be a hypocrite and say like we can do better because honestly, ours will probably be close to that price. I do feel like compared to what you can buy in stores, I know for a little bit there at like Costco and Sam's Club, you could get a 9800 X3D with a 9070 XT for about that price, which is like crazy, way better deal. I know that's still the case, and yeah, there's a lot more variables. All right, back to shit. Where'd the bundle? Oh, here it is. Wait, nope, that's not it. Chat, I done lost the bundle. Here we go. That is crazy how much they added that board. Because like I said, I just looked it up and you can buy it like on Newegg's site for $190. So they add like $50 kind of fake markup to the board to make it feel like it's like, you know, to add to this $180. But like I said, because of this and this in the RAM, obviously, it still is not bad. It's just probably not quite it's definitely not $180 worth of savings. And then GPU. That's the last piece of the puzzle. All right, chat. If you guys had to vote, to pair with this combo here, it's going to be Corsair Dominator Plat. I guess technically this is the better sheet to look at. 32 gigs. I think it's 6400 megahertz or faster We got the Intel Ultra 5 245KF. We got a nice MSI Z890 motherboard. We're gonna have a Lian Li 750 watt power supply with ATX 3.1, but it is just 80 plus bronze. It's not super fancy. What GPU would you guys pair with that? $5070 Ti. Okay. I don't know if you can you still find those at the moment for like a decent price. Oh my god. Not for that price, chat. I'm pretty confident the 5070 Ti is one of those cards where they're talking about not making it already, so they're kind of hard to find. Woot, refurbished. Man, 5070s have really gone up too. 829. It's not like absolutely preposterous. 5070 Ti or 4080 Super used, 3060 12 gig. Okay. Focusing production for the 5080. Shoot, the 5080s are. I just did a short on that yesterday because I have a 5080 and I was like, do I regret buying mine? And I said for the longest time, yes, because I bought it when they came out, basically. I bought mine from Micro Center back in March of 2025. And I paid like $1,484 after tax because it was $1,399 and then KY sales tax. I kind of regretted it for a long time because I had a 9070 that was free. It was from a video that we did and I could have kept that card. Same VRAM, 5080 slightly faster, but not by much. And yeah, I paid way more. I mean, the 4070 that I had was like valued at about $600 at the time, maybe $650. So yeah, definitely do kind of regret it. But on the bright side, because at one point the 5080s got down to like $999 or less. So I at least feel like the now that they've gone back up to like $1,400 plus, I'm like, okay, now I basically paid MSRP for it a while ago. No, I agree, Grim. The 5080 is when you compare it to like the 9070 XT or the 5070 Ti, it is not a great card for the price difference. Like, it's honestly pretty horrendous. It looks good. It's a beefy card inside my build, and it does work great. So like, obviously at the end of the day, it's doing what I need it to do perfectly. And I already paid the full money for it. I didn't finance it. I paid straight out. So like, I don't owe anything on it. It's crazy to say, but PC part, isn't it? But you gotta let people know. So yeah, realistically, it's like, do I regret buying it and not just getting like a 9070 XT? Yeah, I wish I just gotten a 9070 XT when they're at their lowest price point, which I think at one point we were able to get those things for like $600 or $625. That would have been a much smarter investment, because then I would have had an extra like $800 to play with for other things, maybe even $900. I wouldn't pay Nvidia unless it makes sense, like a 3070 B580. Yeah, I'm still not a big fan of the B580. Arc B580, is that what you guys are saying you'd put with this build? That'd be interesting. I feel like that's a little too cheap. It's not bad. Not a bad choice. What can you get this for now? We have not touched the B580 in a while. Ugh. $300, Steph. I mean, that does not sound good. Yeah, I don't know, Chad. The B580s seem horrible. Here's my problem with the B580. I would just get one of these two cards instead, and like the 5060 or the 9060 XT is like a good amount better. They've gone up a little bit, you know, $330 is about the cheapest you're gonna see right now, I guess, for 5060. But then the 9060 XT should be about in the same boat. Yeah, they have less VRAM. Oh wow, these things. Oh, they're 16 gig. I mean, yeah, you can get a 16 gig one for. Yeah, that's more. It's like $100 more, but like it's a good amount more performance and a good amount more VRAM. Like it's. Listen, I get the 8 gig versus the 12 gig. Please watch videos on the B580 versus the 5060 or 9060 XT. It never does better. Maybe if you're running it at like 1440p or 4K, which we don't recommend with any of those cards, but that's the only time that 12 gigs really gets to shine, is in those very specific titles like Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, where the B580 gets to actually use its 12 gigs. And even then, it's just almost in every game the 9060 XT and 5060 do quite a bit better. That's also true. The B580 it also just has a lot of, you know, it's still, at the end of the day, it's a newer card in the market. It's a newer company in the GPU space. Yeah, I think the B580 will age fairly well. Kind of already has. Does it have to be? No, it doesn't have to be Gen 5. No. More 1440p card than 4K. True. True. Thank you for the sub, Frozen Waffles. Thank you very much. So, chat, I'm gonna go grab some more water. I'm gonna go pee real quick. I'll be right back, and then we'll keep playing the builds. All right? Give me 1 second. Hold on, chat. I'm grabbing an energy dwank. All right. By the way, chat, I probably won't stream for too much longer because I do have some stuff I need to do today. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. RX 7600 XT maybe. That is such a random card. I'm probably thinking like 9070 XT or normal 9070 for 670. 670. 9060 XT 16 gig wouldn't be a bad pairing either. I do love that card. I mean, 16 gig. Oh my god. too many numbers there. I mean, $399 is not too bad for a 16 gig card right now. I think that is basically, besides, what is the 5060? I guess you probably can't buy that already either. The 5060 Ti 16 gig. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, not great. That's horrible. But, you know, it's funny, then the 5060 Ti 16 gig finally started to get to like decent pricing where we could actually be like, oh yeah, it's a good card for the price. Like it's similar. It's better actually than a 9060 XT 16 gig. But then NVIDIA was like, oh, we can't make them now. And now they're back to like that stupid price they were where you're like, why not buy a 5070 at that price? Speaking of that, what are the 5070s going for now? Okay, $600, not horrible. I remember we were kind of fighting to get them down to that price. We saw 550 was about the cheapest. I think we might have seen them at one point for what, like $529.99. I think, but realistically, I feel like they were always around $600. And you know, how does this compare to like the 9070 XT? 9070 XT would be slightly better for sure. You get 4 more gigs of VRAM. The only thing is the cheapest 9070, the non-XT 9070 I saw was $650. So I guess, yeah, if I had to pick between the two, I'd probably get the $650 9070 over the $600 5070. I've always had a soft spot though for the 70 GPUs when it comes to NVIDIA. I've always felt like I think people really underestimate the 12 gigs of VRAM. They look at that almost more than the performance of the card, which I think drives me nuts. I feel like people really do look at that. Never used to be a thing, by the way. This was very much like, I would say around 2 years ago to the present. People before that, for all those years, VRAM did not matter that much to people. Like a lot of cards we were buying back in the day were 4 gig cards, 2 gig cards, 512 megabyte cards. And then it's like out of nowhere, they were just like, I guess because VRAM had gotten cheap, they were like, let's just start slapping so much of it on cards. So then people started expecting more and more VRAM. They're like, wait, the 1080 Ti had 11 gigs. Why does the 2080 only have 8? And people were like not realizing, well, the 2080 was still like, it's a more raw horsepower card. Like, you know, now I get you wishing you had more VRAM. I'm just saying that most of the people that are gaming, which is like, let's be honest, when you're buying a graphics card, the average consumer is gaming. They don't even know what the VRAM even really does or why they need it or why they want it. They just hear people say that they need it. You know what I mean? It wasn't that VRAM got cheap as the games evolved. I don't know. I would argue against it, Frog Slayer, because I'm just thinking like when I first started building PCs, my first few graphics cards that I used were 1 gig of VRAM cards, and I could play pretty much any game I wanted. Maybe not high settings, but I could play them all. And those cards weren't cheap. I mean, the 1 gig card was, $150. My first 2 gigabyte of VRAM card was the R9 380X. I bought that on launch day. I literally pre-ordered that card, and I paid, I believe, $200 or $225 for that card on Newegg. I remember because I bought it in high school. That was my like sophomore year of high school. So this would have been about maybe 11 or 12 years ago. I bought my 2 gig of VRAM card. It could play everything and anything. It was a great card. I loved it. I think after that, I went from that card to a GTX 1060 with 3 gigs of VRAM. Once again, did everything I needed to. That card was about a $200 card on MSRP, I believe. Next, I went to a 2066 gig, so I doubled my VRAM. That's when I started really streaming. I think that might have been when I discovered 1440p. My first 32-inch like 1440p monitor, I think, was on a 2066 gig, and I was streaming 1440p while playing my games, no problems. From there, I went to my 2080 Super, which had 8 gigs of VRAM. I could have still been running that card right now. I really did not have any complaints about that card. With all the games that I play, it did great. There were some games, honestly, no, every game I played at 1440p, I just maxed out. I didn't look at my FPS. I never cared. I just literally, does the game look smooth? Yes. If I feel like I'm getting at least 100 FPS, cool. I don't need to see my stats. I don't need to see my performance. I don't need to see my FPS. I just need the game to run good. I don't care to see all that stuff, because if I see it, maybe then it's going to make me think, oh, I could probably be getting more. But yeah, I went from my 2080 Super to Matt and I did that AMD challenge where I swapped to a RX 9070 non-XT. So that had 16 gigs of VRAM. I doubled my VRAM I do not feel like I doubled my performance. Not even near that. I feel like in most games. Oh no, sorry. I had a 4070. Okay, I'm skipping. I went from the 2080 Super to 8 gig to a 4070 12 gig. I noticed a pretty big performance increase off that. Then I went to a 9070 16 gig. So I got 4 more gigs of VRAM. I did not notice a difference. I remember playing Black Myth Wukong at the time, Team Fortress 2, Apex Legends, a few other games. Did not notice a performance increase really. And then after that, I bought my 5080 16 gig, and even worse for the money I spent. Going from basically my 4070 to my 9070 to my 5080, I genuinely feel like I maybe got I didn't Grim. I tried both. To be fully frank with you, I tried both. I tried the same settings. I tried higher settings. Realistically, from the 4070 12 gig to my 5080 with my 9800X 3D, I do not remember getting more than maybe like 10 to 20 FPS more in most games. No, I play at 1440p. I've always had. I'll probably not be on 4K. I don't want to say ever because I could see it happening. If that becomes like the new 1080. my graphics card timeline. I need to make one of those. That'd be kind of cool. To do like a graphics card timeline, like what I paid for it. And those are just, like I said, just my GPUs and my specific rigs. I mean, the amount of GPUs I've built with is in the 10,000 range at least. But no, you know what, Grim, you're right. Comparison is a thief of joy, or joy thief. But I will say on the flip side, comparison's important so that you actually, I mean, when it comes to money, it's like you should compare. I spent $1,484 in my 5080. I had a 9070. First of all, it's technically free for me, but let's say I counted the value. That was like a $600 card. I really should have, kept that. And that makes sense, Grim. Going from a 1080 to 3080 Ti was, yeah. You jumped 2 generations. And on top of that, you went from 11 gigs of VRAM to what did that have, 12? And that's funny. You only got 1 more gig of VRAM, but it's not the VRAM that made the difference, right? Like that's the whole point of the story. The whole reason I was telling this is people look way too much at VRAM. It's almost like that's the first stat that people look for is VRAM. And I think people need to stop doing that, especially in this time. You should really look at here. Okay, you want me to show you what you should really do, chat? Let me show you what you should really do. Oh, this is the combo I was thinking about buying. Oh, someone made a video. Wow. Oh my gosh, I was gonna do a 1 terabyte SSD and 32 gigs of DDR5. Wow. Oh my gosh, they test this many games? Oh, look, they have the FPS, the minimum, average, max. Wow. Oh my gosh, they do Minecraft. What the hell were they? Oh, 1080p Ultra. I was like, why are they only getting 100 FPS in Minecraft? This may not be the most reputable test, chat. I just clicked on the first video. Anyways, you guys kind of get what I'm going for here. More people just need to do this shit. Too many people do the only 8 gig the VRAM. Someone's gonna clip that. It's gonna be the internet forever. But that's how passionate I feel about it. I'm like, Google a video. It is like oh my god, dude. When people come in, they're like, is 8 gigs of VRAM enough for 1080p in 2026? YouTube videos. They're everywhere. They're free. They don't cost you a thing. Fuck. Yeah, give me the freaking so I can tap the screen, You guys can't see me tapping the screen. How about a Ryzen 5 8600G with no GPU? Which one do we want to click? There you go. There you go. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all, chat. You guys can listen. We appreciate having something to talk about. We got to answer y'all's questions. I get it. But There's too many people between Twitch, YouTube, real life that ask these questions every day, and I'm like, guys, people have done this. Matt and I, our IQs are average. We got to think about a lot of things throughout the day. We don't remember every single benchmark and how every single game runs. I don't know why people think we do. But yeah, anyways, yeah, 8 gigs of VRAM, yes, it's still enough for 1080p gaming. I think 8 gigs for 1080p gaming will still be enough for probably the next 3 to 6 years, in all honesty, because drivers are constantly evolving. Optimization's getting better as time goes on, or at least it should be. And at the end of the day, most games, if not all games, have settings that you can change. That's the thing that people don't like. I don't know why that's... I can load up any game on my PC right now, and I can make it run horribly. I can make it run amazingly. It's called changing settings. You can do it, like, it's not like a console where, you know, I get it. On the Xbox 360, if you're trying to play, you know, a game that just came out or something, it's probably going to only get 30 FPS. You can't do shit about it. You can upgrade to your console, right? You can get a different console. Forehead. Your other choice on a PC is you can change settings. You can do upscaling. You can do downscaling. You can do different resolutions. You can change refresh rates. You can do so many different things. Like, it is not hard to do. I need to see this clip, if it's what I think it is. More people just need to do this shit. Too many people do the only 8 gig the VRAM. Someone's gonna clip that. It's gonna be the internet forever. But that's how passionate I feel about it. I'm like, Google a video. It is like, oh my god, dude, when people come in, they're like, is 8 gigs of VRAM enough for 1080p in 2026? YouTube videos. They're everywhere. They're free. They don't cost you a thing. That's actually, like, I feel like that'd be a start for a fire little short chat. Yeah, give me the freaking... So I can tap the screen, you know? You guys can't see me tapping the screen. Yeah. That's you know what? Watching it back, I'm valid. I don't care what you all say. Show us the clip. You guys can literally click on it. All right. Only 8 gig the VRAM? Oh. That's it. Only 8 gig the VRAM? Is this a different clip? Oh, that's someone else's, isn't it? I just clicked someone else's clip. Yeah, I liked GoGo Gadget. Yeah, that first one made me look real stupid. At least this one, I actually explain a little bit. This one puts me in a better light. Anyways, you guys kind of get what I'm going for here. More people just need to do this shit. Too many people do the only 8 gig the VRAM? Dude, I looked like a Neanderthal for it. Hold on. Look at my mouth. Someone's gonna clip that. It's gonna be the internet forever. But that's how passionate I feel about it. I'm like, Google a video. It is like, oh my god, dude, when people come in, they're like, is 8 gigs of VRAM enough for 1080p in 2026? YouTube videos. They're everywhere. They're free. They don't cost you a thing. Fuck. Yeah, give me the friggin' fuck. So I can tap the screen, you know? You guys can't see me tapping the screen. Would it be better to have 4 sticks of 8 gigs DDR4 or dual channel 16 gig DDR4? It is... So here's the thing. Whenever you have 4 sticks of RAM, it's not running quad channel. Quad channel, you actually need a board, a CPU, RAM that can support it. And you need 8 sticks, I think, always. So you would actually literally need the 2 4 banks on both sides, where you have like 4 and 4 to get quad channel. And even then, I think for most things, quad channel is not actually like, what the hell is that? Bobby does big stretch. That looks really inappropriate. Most of the time, you're not going to see a performance difference. So basically, yes, there's not really a difference. Just get whatever your PC will support, whatever saves you the most money. We used to do a lot of 4 gig sticks in DDR4 builds because it worked fine and it looked good. That was the main advantage, was we could spend an extra $20 or $30 back before RAM prices sucked, and we could get 4 sticks of the same capacity, and it filled the build nicer. So on really high-end builds where we just wanted it to look balls to the wall really good, having those 4 sticks side by side looked really good. But that's not really a thing now. With DDR5, it's really risky to do. So I just wouldn't even consider it with DDR4 or DDR5 at this point. Yeah, just clip everything I say out of context. Yeah, because it is crazy how the one clip where I explained, I was like, oh, you know what? I was valid. I felt really stupid in that moment, but like watching it back, I feel fine. But then when I watch more, I'm just like, I'm just like, wow, no, I look pretty dumb. 4 sticks for 16 gigs of RAM, the good old days. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing. In DDR5, the smallest sticks you can really buy is 8 gigs. 4 sticks of DDR5, there'd be the dragons. Very true. Okay, so, all right, I'm gonna go back to this. I can kind of finalize this. What I'm thinking, 5070 is just not a great price. The 9060 XT is not bad. I'm kind of leaning 9060 XT, honestly, partially just to save some money. I do think that the 9070 XT or 9070 would be a fine pairing with this, and also because of that RAM, that's why I'm kind of like maybe still going 9070 would be a better idea. Because we do a lot of 9060 builds, to be fair. So I don't know. I don't want to spend the money because, oh look, coupon for $5.99. Oh, don't mind if I do. All right, we're going that, chat. Screw it. You guys are gonna get a good giveaway. Damn it. This is what's gonna happen. We're gonna go RX 9070 OC 16 gig. This is going to be very similar to 9060 XT. For those who don't know, the 9060 XT and 9070 are extremely similar cards. You get slightly more boost speeds and stuff with the 9070 XT. Fun fact, you can actually overclock a 9070 to perform like a 9070 XT. Do that at your own risk. For the person who asked, what about the 700 XTX? Okay, here's my take on those. Let's just go to eBay real quick. 700 XTX. What'd you guys do with my eBay? It was just nothing but GIMP suits. All right, anyways. Okay, that's parts only. Let's just see. So average, it seems like price that people are asking after tax and shipping, it's looking like over $800, right? You can buy this card or just like a normal 9070 XT for $720. Looks like about the cheapest we're going to see right now. $720 for a nice new beefy 3-fan card that's going to be way more power efficient. It's in most games, because of the ray tracing performance and the newer encoding and stuff, the 9070 XT will likely be on par with the 700 XTX, maybe even better in some games. Yes, 700 XTX, it's cool. It has 24 gigs of VRAM. Wow. Once again, quit focusing on the VRAM for gaming. There is so few games, even at 4K, where you're going to ever utilize that 24 gigs of VRAM. I mean, heck, in a lot of games that Matt and I test, we are hard pressed to even get near the 16 gigs. A lot of times, I'd say the average is somewhere between 8 and 12 gigs of VRAM when we're testing like 1440p, sometimes even 4K, depending on the game. So just focusing on the number of the card, what the card is. Once again, I'm not going to go on a tangent. we're just gonna look up a video. Because in all honesty, I could be wrong. You know what I mean? Maybe there's much more performance than I'm thinking. Is it clear? Clear's about the same. Doom, about the same. 97 XT slightly better, it looks like. Is this Last of Us 97 XT winner? 90 XT winner. 97 XT. Are you seeing the trend though? So why, I just don't understand. Why would anybody pay? We're looking at, and we're looking on eBay because you really can't buy the 700 XTX XTX new, really. I just don't understand why anyone would want to pay. You're looking at about $100 to $200 more for the 700 XTX for gaming. All right, before anyone comes in, well, I have a use case for it. I'm sure you do. Cool, Timmy. I'm glad that you have a use case for it. Go buy the 700 XTX. Leave the good gaming cards for us. At the end of the day, it's like I just don't know why people would like. I mean, I'm just looking at some of these sellers too, and like this person has 7 feedback. I mean, yeah, it's positive, but like I don't even know if I trust that. The person only has 24 feedback. I mean, at the end of the day, you are. I mean, okay, actually, okay, sorry, not that big of a price difference. We're looking at, average, we'll just say $100 price difference. I just don't get why would I not want the more power efficient, newer card over this card? Just the only advantage is the VRAM. You get what I'm saying? The only advantage is the VRAM in my mind. I don't see any other advantage with going with this card. And if you can explain to me why the VRAM is beneficial for you, I might say get the 700 XTX then. But if you can't explain that, I'm not going to ever say the 700 XTX. I'm always going to point you to the newer card with a warranty. Because why would I not do that for you? I would do that for myself. It doesn't matter. For 4K, 1440p, 1080p, it does not matter. Like I said, the 24 gigs of VRAM, there's just so many games that cannot utilize it. So I would still go 9070 XT. And honestly, like I said, looking at these prices, it's not giving me any more confidence. Now, if you were to get like okay, what would I pay for a 700 XTX over the 9070 XT? So if we're looking at 720 for the cheapest 9070, for a 700 XTX, for me to feel good about it, if I'm just gaming, by the way, I don't have some weird use case scenario. I like what Frog Slayer said, maybe $500 or $600. If especially used. Now, new, if it's a 7900 XTX new with a warranty from Newegg or Amazon, I would maybe pay $650 for it because I know there's people who would buy the card for the VRAM, but it had to be new. I'm not spending. Some of these cards, you have no clue how hard they've been pushed and for how long they've been pushed, or even if they're going to show up working. You know what I mean? I mean, look at this one. This on bid for, and it's already a good amount. I mean, it's a Tai Chi card, but still, it's going to probably sell for $800. And you could have bought a 97 XT. But I'm going to guess that a lot of people that are buying these, by the way, are not normal gamers. They're probably people who know that they want the 24 gigs of VRAM for other things like Blender or AI work or Bitcoin mining or crypto mining of some sort. Like a lot of these people probably know what they're going to use this card for and why they need the 24 gigs of VRAM. And honestly, yeah, you're right, big man. I feel like you said Leda, and I'm like, you know what? It is 10:40. I do need to review video and work on some other stuff today. So I'm going to send you guys off on a raid. We actually do have a guide the raid to 0. I hope they're still live because I know I went a little bit over. Tee-hee, my bad, chat. All right, let me move this build quote. Let's go to Twitch. You're in Blender right now, tweaking a big sword. Big sword, hell yeah. They're still alive. Whoa, what are they doing? This looks bizarre. This looks like a mastermind setup right there. All right. We're rating 0. I presume that's how you say it. 0. Idea. And yeah, someone did ask for guide the raid as long as I'm not missing someone else's. Nope. Looks like just the one. Okay, so chat, we're sending you guys off in a raid. We will be live tomorrow morning. We should definitely be back in the office unless something crazy happens. I'm sure some of us are probably gonna be driving today, making the trek. So what I was just saying is I'd probably go 9070 Horax. It's a tough choice for me, but just because they're almost the same price, I'd probably go 9070. You do get 4 more gigs of VRAM and arguably a slightly more performance out of the 9070, so I don't know why I'd go with the 5070 over that. Anyways, all right, chat, we're rating 0. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. Like I said, hopefully a PC build tomorrow morning. I'm going to get back to planning builds, watching videos, and doing some other stuff. See you guys.